guys, welcome back. We're playing some more Battle Islands Commanders, and after a couple of days of playing this thing, number one, it's a little bit addictive. Number two, it can frustrate the crap out of you. But number three, I've picked up some strategies that seem to be working for me. They might help you out if you're getting into this as well and struggling, because I went on a pretty long drought. Almost gave this game up altogether. There is a certain element of pay to play. You can be much better much sooner if you're willing to drop a few bucks. I'm not. So that said, I've mixed and matched different units, and the one in the top, those 8 are the ones that have brought me the most success. I went on an 8-game streak of just destroying people, and now I'm probably about 3-2 in the last 5. So we take a look at these guys and what they all can do, starting over here. With this, you have your mortar man. It's a single individual setting up mortars. So he's got an area damage of 101. His health is at 202, and you'll see that these are somewhat decent numbers. Damage per second is 50. Hit speed 2 seconds. Radius, well, you can read the rest, but these are not significant numbers on their own, but if you put him in at the right time with other parts of his unit, then he's actually a pretty solid team player. We look at the rebels over here. Same thing here. We're looking at health of 76, which is much lower. The damage significantly less. Damage per second is much less. However, the hit speed's a little higher, the range is much better, and they're moving quicker. They are faster to deploy. I can tell you right now, I almost gave up on them, but once you rank them up a little bit, they're actually pretty good to throw in there. Now we're getting into the tanks. Heavy duty health, pretty significant damage, 312 so far, the highest we've seen. Damage 156 a second. Hit speed 2 seconds. Range 5 yards. Movement speed, nothing great there, but you wouldn't expect it out of a tank. And deploy time is 3 seconds. Now here's the thing, I haven't quite figured out officially here. These numbers in the upper right corner of each of these cards, the best I can tell you is it's a rough estimate of how long it takes for them to recharge once you've used them and lost them in battle. A lot of people want to load up with tanks, which sounds like great strategy. Only problem is, and this is what I was finding out the hard way, you bring in a tank, it might be 2 minutes where you can bring them in again. You bring in another tank, well, all of a sudden you've used all your tanks up and you're waiting to spawn anything. Meantime, your opponent's running with a bunch of different infantry teams, and they're just spawning one after another, and you're sitting there just holding your joystick. So I would say no more than 2 tanks. And the one that I've had a lot of, you want this one in my opinion right here. This is your heavy tank. This is the epic. It comes in gold, and this thing is a monster. It's got almost 2,000 in health. It does 312 in damage, 156 damage per second. This is your knockout punch right here when you get into the late rounds and it's a close fight, and if you're behind enemy lines and you have one of their turrets out and you drop this monster in there, you've almost got the match won. Just give him a little bit of cover and he will take out that battleship. It's bad news when that thing gets into the battle. Over here, I wasn't a fan of these. Now I'm actually becoming a fan of these things because they reproduce pretty quickly. You can get them back into battle pretty quickly. Now, good side, bad side. These things will slow down, if not tear up, opponents' barbed wire as they're trying to get through them. However, a tank, a jeep, or any vehicle will just make them disappear, incinerate them in seconds. You can use them 2 ways. You can use them to stop marching enemies, or you can lay them in an area to try and force the other player to send his tanks in that direction if he wants to get rid of these things. So you can almost manipulate how your opponent plays the game that way. And last but not least, I want to talk about, you have to have an air attack. That's all there is to it. If you have nothing happening in the air, you're dead in the water. There's a few different ones. This is the one that's most effective for me because it does cover a pretty broad area. It's pretty effective on almost any troops. Not so much vehicles. It can do a little bit of damage to your turrets and to your battleship, but you know, it's not going to be that knockout punch unless either of those items is already just about done. However, it's really good at taking out a large cluster of military opposition as long as they're not vehicles. Alright, all that said, let's put it to the test here, and hopefully I won't do too badly in this matchup. You can see I've got all those crates waiting to be unlocked, but unless you want to pay, you have to wait on them. Alright, the turret I didn't talk about, but let's talk about it. Get you a turret, man, because they come up pretty quickly. They'll regenerate. And they're great at stopping tanks. Those things, you want those things. Now, I like to be a counter puncher. I'd kind of like to see this guy make the first real offensive move and then react off of that. But I'm not going to give him too much time because a lot of these games come down to the last second. And he's got the same exact idea that I do. But he doesn't have a tank! So here's what I was talking about with the airstrike. Right there, all these guys are about to go bye-bye. Boom! And I'm going to let my turret take that out. And now we might be taking out his... I'm going to back up that tank with everything I got right now. I'm going to overload the crap out of this guy if I can. But it looks like he's going to survive this one, alright. Now I got another turret coming into play. Boom, there it is. That doubles down my cover. Now this, look at his turret. It's already taken a whopping. Now's where I want to start thinking, what do I want to go with next? Because once that turret's gone, I'm behind enemy lines now.
Target acquired.
Here we go, 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 go. He's dropping a plane. I don't care about your plane, man. I'll take your plane. And look at this. We're going to have our airstrike on top of it. This thing's gone. This thing's about to be gone. Say goodbye. Boom! One more. That's it. All right, we are right now in the driver's seat of this game. Wow, he took out both of my turrets there. Keep an eye on your back. There's that barbed wire I like so much.
Building now.
His battleship's taking a little bit of a thumping. I don't want to use, if I don't have to. Oh, what happened? Might have been a little quick on the trigger there. Boom, there you go. Boom, there you go. Take him out. Take him out. Alright, this is a good infantry group right here. Now I offset them. I have one attacking from the right side, one attack from the left. They're going to have to decide, you know, pick your poison time. Air attack, there goes that. Oh, now he's got one of those monster tanks we talked about. That's a problem for me. I got to take that out quick. Oh, we got to take him down. We're in trouble. We are in trouble. Uh-oh. I am going to surround this guy with everything I've got. I'm going to hit him with everything I've got. And I'm going to still take this one out if I can. We survived that. That was not easy. Gonna set a tank back here, see if we can't get that ship out of there. Alright. Again, I've got the turret in front. I've got the rebels on the side. He's got to pick his poison right now. We got him! And that's what I'm talking about right there. So a lot of stuff going on at one time, but if you have the right complement, that's the end result. So again, I hope this video helps you out, and if it does, do me a favor, click the like button below, and if you're not already a subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe. Plenty more of this kind of stuff coming your way in the near future. Until next time, remember, when it comes to gaming, old school is cool.